Hey guys, not a whole lot's been going on with the rough stuff racing side. Um, as you all know, that the transmission ended up getting a hole poked in it during King of the Hammers. We're waiting for that to be rebuilt and prepping the rest of the car for NorCal Rock Racing coming up here real quick. So, but I've been staying busy with my day job. Um, Working this last little storm we had up here up on the Donner Summit. I do a lot of snow removal and maintain the railroad tracks. So been working on that, staying busy, and then also been working away on this school bus. It's pretty freaking cool. It's really neat. Let's see if you guys want to see the inside of it. All right, check this out. Here is our 1990 Bluebird school bus. It's about 37 feet, 35 feet, 37 feet, right around there. Been doing a lot of work on it. Got some, this is the entryway. Uh, got some really nice shelves in there I built. Everything is not painted 100%. It's all primed or just about ready for paint. You see the walls have about 2 inches of air gap with some foam and everything like that in there. So it is insulated all the way up to the bottom of the windows. It is it's got the 5.9 Cummins in it with the 5.45 transmission. Alison, I know it's not the best combination, but it actually worked really well despite all the horror stories I heard about these things. Here's the cockpit. I kept the original seat. I added some air suspension to the bottom from an old Freightliner truck. Worked out really well. Seat's not terribly uncomfortable, but still, it's not too bad. Really, this thing rides so smooth, I almost didn't need the air ride suspension. I just wanted it for a little bit more adjustability on there. All the original controls, the dash that we're working on, none of it's finished. It's all in the mock-up stage. A really cool door that I made out of the bifold door. If you want to see more on that, that thing is actually pretty neat. I'm totally stoked about it. It still has the ability to open it with the air valve. You pop the air valve and the door actually opens and closes just fine. It's really neat. I like messing around with that. But here it is. Here's the body of the bus. We do have our 2 small couches. They don't fold out to beds. It's just me and the family, so if you want to hang out in the bus and sleep, you can sleep on the floor. Plenty of floor space in this thing. We do have our indirect lighting that we made. It is some pine wood. We have our cob lights in the back, which are circuit on board LED lights. Got them on both sides here. We don't have any at the back right here. We're not done. We're probably going to put a shelf. We were going to add another upper that I made over here, but we actually have too much storage. We don't have a lot of stuff. We don't pack a lot. We have a whole house worth of silverware, dishes, utensils, just about everything, and we have empty cupboards. So I'm sure we'll find a way to fill them in, but so the uppers, I built those. Got my little air conditioner unit control there. It's that one. We'll also have another one in the back to control the temperature in the back of the bus during the summer days. It's got under lighting. Got some tile, of course. Not totally done. We're going to have a windowsill shelf that runs the entire length of everything on both sides. Really cool. We do have one of those Chinese diesel heaters. Holy moly, I am extremely impressed with this thing. I have 2 of them. One in the back right there, with the controls right there, and then this one. And they keep this thing ridiculously warm. You pretty much, you only have to have one. I did do one in the back, one in the front, because I figured since the living quarters are basically, or sleeping is in the back, I figured that would want to stay warm on its own, but actually this one in the front heats all of it. So, cost me about $100 a piece for those things, and it's money well spent. It sucks diesel right out of the diesel tank. I have an access point right there, but there's a fuel line that runs to the back, a fuel line that runs to the front, and that's how it pulls its diesel. We were at King of the Hammers, and we ran the heaters basically 24/7, and we came to Hammers with a completely full tank, and we only burned maybe a 1/16 of a tank of diesel, so they're extremely efficient. I do have full-size counters, the traditional 25 inches wide on this side, 25 on this side, and I do have a walking space of about 40 inches. The hallways are huge, which is awesome. Got the farm sink, got the big weird faucet, and then I got this freaking awesome stove. This thing is a 1952 Wedgwood. It's an apartment style stove. This was a desert find. I found it in the desert, Nevada, and I love desert finds. The reason why is because they have no real rust on them. They've been sandblasted. People don't tinker with them too much. They just kind of sit where they sit, and that's where they are. But this thing works amazing. I cannot believe how good it works. I picked it up for a couple $100, restored it the best I could, and here we are. It's in here. It is mounted to the floor in a few different spots and plumbed in with propane. I have an apartment style refrigerator. It holds more than what we need. It is 120. And I have a battery bank underneath the bed. Thanks to Optima, I have about 8 Optima batteries controlling this thing. It works really, really good with my power inverter. I got some hall lights here. They are dimmable. I got the kids' bunk beds. They are twins, top and bottom. I got some foam in there. Works really good. I eventually am going to have a pantry here. It's about 20 inches wide by 72 tall. Same thing, about the same dimensions here, and this is going to be a hanging closet. We didn't have a whole lot to hang with. You can see I got some screws here that I put up just to hang some coats and some helmets and stuff like that. And that made a huge difference, so we're definitely going to add a lot of hanging storage. Got all my controls for the tanks and the water pump there. And here's our bathroom. We got a residential door. It works really, really, really well. There is a slight gap at the top, but it's very, I mean, maybe one finger width, a half an inch or so across the top. And there's my paint job there, nice glossy white paint. Really fun to paint this thing because I am not a painter, and I'm learning how to paint at the same time as building this thing, so it's pretty neat. Got a really cool sink in here, another really awesome faucet that kind of matches the one in the front. Of course, it's not finished yet. We have some trim to do. Trimmed out this window, got our shelf on here. Of course, you see here we're not done yet. Got some really neat plant holders there. There's the other controller for the diesel heater, and it comes out right there. Of course, need to finish that up. Got a black tank, a 63-gallon black tank in here with our traditional RV toilet. A lot of people go to composting toilets. I'm not going to get, I don't think so. It's not for us. Not with 2 kids. Here's our shower. I'm about 6'3" and I fit in here. Of course, there's wheel wells. A lot of people wouldn't think that, but I have wheel wells inside of here, so this turned out to be a really nice bench you could sit in. And we are going to tile this. We just haven't made it that far yet. And here's another wheel well right here. Just put the sink over the top of it. That worked out really, really cool. Got our light switch for our lights. And here's the master bed. It is a residential size queen. There's about 4 to 6 inches around the entire mattress, so there's storage. You could put whatever you want back there. We haven't finished this. This will probably be the last piece that we do finish. But underneath here we have about 150 gallons of fresh water. Battery bank is underneath right about here, and then our inverter in our electrical system is right there. And then right in the middle is kind of like a garage storage is what the bus people call it. This back door still opens up and you can access this cubby space here, and it actually works out really well because I can put all sorts of tools and whatever back there. We'll have a sliding door that slides across to give you privacy for the toilet and whatever. Just stay out of the bedroom. But that's our bus build. It's pretty neat. It's probably one of the funnest projects I've done in a really long time. It's weird having to build on this radius, because this side is not the same as that, so I can't use the template from that side to that side. It is kind of a bummer, and it's all riveted together. Believe it or not, this bus is ridiculously strong and stout, but nothing is the same. So, kind of a bummer. But I worked with it. Got some nice laminate flooring down here. And that's kind of how it goes. We'll probably cut this out, put a TV here, some shelves. That, believe it or not, there is nothing between that and the outside of the bus. There's an air gap. It's kind of just like a bulkhead. There's nothing there though. There's maybe 10 inches or so of just empty hollow space in there. That's the same with that dash. There was nothing in there either. Maybe a handful of wires, and that went to the heaters that I no longer have. But there's a lot of hidden space in here. Of course, I haven't painted that yet. We're doing one piece at a time. But that's kind of what's going on. If you guys want to see some more of this bus build or some updates that I'm doing, just shoot me a message or something like that. I'd be more than happy to share with you. It's not race car stuff, but this is what we use to haul the race car with, so it's kind of neat.